We do work really closely with refugees and asylum seekers, and that links onto the other programme we deliver, which is around employability and helping people back into employment who've come here from another country. So that's called ROAR, and it's for refugees, asylum seekers over the age of 16 who have the right to work. We're actually delivering that from the Maltings in Lower Bristol Road, where we're based, and we are working from a hotel in South Gloss and Bristol. So again, anybody wants to share that information, I can put some information across to Mark after with all our referral information. We also have the construction side of Curo. So we're not only a social housing provider, we build homes. And from that, we have employment. So we've got work placements, apprenticeships, and paid roles. And we work really closely with Bath College to run work-based academy swaps, which lasts for 2 weeks. And at the end of that, people get their CSCS card, their health and safety card to go on to states. So that's a little bit about what we do. We're a very small team. We have Ariana and Vera that deliver. Vera came to us as a refugee herself and was volunteering and translating. She's Ukrainian, and now she is one of our employment trainers. Yeah, she's fantastic. And Ariana is very new, but very knowledgeable. And you've probably met Laura before. She's probably come to these meetings. She's on holiday today. Any questions? Wait to the end. That's me. Thank you. Mark, you're on mute at the moment.
Hi, Katie Reeve, do you want to come in? I think you've got your hand up.
Hello, sorry, I didn't know if you want questions now or at the end.
Yeah, we do them as we go along.
Great, yeah, no, just really interested in your programme around the helping refugees and asylum seekers back into work. And just, do you work with any other organisations around the city? Sorry, I'm National Trust and I work at the Bath Assembly Rooms, so I just wondered if you do look for people to link up with, or is it quite an internal thing?
Absolutely. No, we're happy to work with anybody. It's all about helping the customers. So we've got our own accommodation unit, so we get referrals from that because they're living there temporarily. We've got links with hotels, we've got links with the councils. We work with CTEC, Future Bright, Women's Work Lab, any of the organisations. If you've got somebody that you want us to work with, and if you've got a group of people, for our next cohort, we can actually come out and deliver from wherever, as long as it's within the remit of our delivery, then we're quite happy to use the space that you've got available. So we're quite flexible in our delivery terms. And yeah, it's around British culture, it's around things like, you know, locations, traveling, registering with the NHS for dentists and doctors. And, you know, talking about things like holidays and the royal family and things that they can kind of then have a conversation with other people about. We're in week 7 at the moment. It's an 8-week programme which runs 4 weeks, but if anybody misses, they can drop back in. And what we've learned from that is how quickly people merge within the groups and support each other. They can also then get a community space together. So it's around not just working with us for 4 weeks, but seeing each other after, and we offer that space and that support to practice their English. And yeah, get them ready to be looking for volunteering or paid work.
Fantastic. Yes, sounds great.
Do you work with Louise Murphy at all, Katie, in the Ukrainian team in the council?
We've probably had links, and as I said, I've got Vera who works with me, who's got her own radio show with Bath Radio. She does the Ukrainian hour.
I thought I recognised the name. Yeah.
Hundreds of Ukrainian people that we've worked with, because we ran Power Up a couple of years ago, which is around getting women and young people into construction. And from that, we're kind of out there and we know lots of people. But any links you've got, I'm happy to follow that up.
Absolutely. I've just popped a link in the chat, which is about the Ukraine Support Fund, which is open at the moment. So any organisation that's working with you know, groups of Ukrainian refugees, and even some of the other groups that are kind of we're supporting as well, as long as they're located within Bath and North East Somerset, there are grants available for up to £2,000 for extending existing provision, or for a one-off sort of event, £500 available. So I've popped that link in, and there's some details on there if anyone were to want to apply at all.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you, Katie. That was very interesting. I'm going to move on to your namesake, Katie Reeve, because you've just spoken. Katie, you're from National
hello.
Trust, aren't you? Hello, Katie.
Great, thanks, Mark. Yeah, I was just writing in the chat, and I will put it in just so you've got it. But yeah, I was just going to say to Katie Holden from Curo that if if the group do any visits out, or if they want to learn about any of the Bath history, I know you said they sort of think about sort of British culture and anything that's helpful for them in terms of connecting up with their local area and where they're living now, and knowing a bit more about the city. Really happy to facilitate working together on that. So if they want to come down, we're trying to get up and running and really make those links out to the local community. So I'll put my email in the chat and everything. But yeah, it'd be really nice. We're wanting to reach out more to people that are coming to live here from abroad, and just helping them get settled in and stuff. So it sounds like you're doing fantastic work on that. Yes, so I work at the Bath Assembly Rooms, so I'm part of the National Trust team here. We started managing the building again almost a year today, actually, which is exciting. It's our 1-year-old birthday. So we opened the building up to the public, primarily for public tours, but also events and programming with other partners across the city. So we've been having lots of exciting things happening, like Lunar New Year. We ran with Museum of East Asian Art a few weeks ago, and we've got some Easter programming coming up, and we've got lots of other things in the diary. So yeah, very much open to the public again, which is exciting. We've got a big project underway here that I won't kind of go into great detail about, but it's sort of redeveloping and reimagining how the assembly rooms can be opened up and be a kind of community asset for the future. So if people are interested in what we're doing, really happy to have further conversations. But my role is primarily around community and enabling people in the local area and more widely to participate in what we're doing and engage in the projects that we've got going on here, but also in just stuff that's going on at the moment. So things that I've been doing recently are, like I was saying just now, for sort of facilitating visits down to the assembly rooms, whether that's sort of different community groups, or people that might not otherwise be able to kind of come as a visitor. Very happy to look at other ways we can facilitate people being able to access this amazing space. I've been trying to really develop and boost up a bit our outreach offer. So we've been going out we've been linking up with Age UK because they run some great social groups. So if you work with a group that have people to come and chat to them, and they want to have a chat about Bath and Bath's history and the assembly rooms, or any theme that can be related to that, I'm pretty flexible. Again, I'm really happy to come out to where you're based, especially it's not always easy for people to get into the city centre. So if you want me to come to you, I'm really happy to do that. And we've got some exciting sort of longer term work going on around looking at funding to really help, additional funding to really help boost our community work. So so this is sort of around what we can be doing more in terms of public programming and community engagement in the stories we tell at the space, and also the way that the building is used. So bringing people's engagement and voices into that as we make plans for the future. So those would probably be my highlights, Mark. But I'll put my email in, and I'll just finish writing that message as well. So if anyone wants to chat, I'm happy to take that.
That's great, Katie. It's funny, we were just talking about the assembly rooms a couple of days ago, and because we saw the programme of Bath festivals come out, and we just wondered whether once you'll reopen again, you'll be looking to host events like that again at the assembly rooms.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely very much focused on publicly accessible programming and events. So it fits really well with what we're thinking about. I can what I'll do in my message as well is pop in our sort of team email address. So if anyone does have any queries around sort of hosting events or festivals and stuff like that at the rooms, then really happy for people to get in touch. So because I've got colleagues that work more on that side of things, but we all link up a lot. So
Lovely. That's great, Katie. Thank you very much. Okay,
Cool.
no particular order. Then I'll move on next to the next person on my screen. I've got Chloe Fletcher. Hi, Chloe. I think you're from Livewell, aren't you, Chloe?
Yeah, hi, thanks Mark. Hi, yes, from Livewell B&NES. We are part of B&NES Council, information signposting activities for 3 distinct areas of people in our communities. That is universal children and families, so families with younger children. That's covering parenting support, activities for families, and all Ofsted registered childcare and B&NES. That's our children and family section. Our second section is information and signposting to support and activities for families, carers of children with special educational needs and disabilities up to 25 years. And our third section is information and support activities for adults with care and support needs to try and help them to remain living as independently as possible for as long as possible. So that's our 3 sort of cohorts of people that we provide information to. We are web-based, livewell.bath.NES. You can find us easily, Livewell Bath, Livewell B&NES, Google search. Yeah, we're completely web-based. All the information is online, available 24/7. We're very flexible. We continually add, update our information, constantly adding new services. So it's a great place to find out about support that's available to our communities in B&NES. But also we're very reliant on everybody out there to tell us if there's anything missing. So please get in touch if you're not on there, or if you know of organisations and activities that are going on that you're not finding on there, please let us know and we can follow that up. Just a quick thing about last week we hosted a really great support and wellbeing for adults event. So that was very much focused on our adults with care and support needs. That took place in Keynsham. We had 23 organisations there representing themselves and showcasing the services they offer to the community, and that was really great. We're hoping to do more of those. Hopefully the next one possibly in the Soma Valley area. So do get in touch if any of you are interested in taking part in that. Yeah, I think that's probably it from me. Any questions, put in the chat or ask away if you'd like to now.
You're on mute, Mark, sorry.
Sorry, I keep doing it to try and keep the quality of the call up, but then forget to turn it back on. Yeah, I'm just saying that it's a really useful resource and really easy to use, and the website now is very well laid out. So yeah, anyone that doesn't use it, it's worth a look. I've popped the link in the chat, so people want to take a look at it as well. Lovely. Okay, thanks, Chloe. I'll move on to Rachel now. Rachel Potter. Hello, Rachel.
Hi there, I'm Rachel Potter and I work for the Employment and Skills Pod, which is based at B&NES Council. We're funded by Skills Connect from West of England Combined Authority. So we are an employment support for people who are out of employment. So any resident 18 plus we can support with any employment needs, so sort of looking at CVs, interview techniques, anything like that. We are one of the arm of the Skills Connect project, which covers Bristol and South Gloss, so we can direct people to those projects as well. We work throughout B&NES. We've got lots of drop-in centres, so we're in all the libraries. We're in Ridlington, Bishop Sutton and Farnborough village halls as well. So we try and get as close as possible. So our support is one-to-one. So it could be online, it could be by phone, or it could be face-to-face. So we try and get to where that person is for the support that they need. We work alongside Future Bright, so they're for people who are in employment, and we work with people who aren't employed, as well as we work for everyone who are is working with people with learning difficulties as well. We've been going for about a year, and we've been running events in the area as well. So we've run some jobs fairs. In January, we ran an event which was Skills for Work through volunteering. So a lot of voluntary organisations came along, and they were really keen to do another one. So we're looking to do another one in the autumn. Our next event that we're running is a midlife work review. So for anybody over the age of 45 and any employers that want any information about supporting the older workforce, thinking about transitions into retirement, thinking about pivoting careers, that kind of thing. So that's on the 24th of April, Wednesday the 24th of April, between 10 and 3. So I'll put the information for that in the chat. So if you can share that far and wide, that's great. But I'll also share the website for the Employment and Skills Pod, because it's a self-referral, so anybody who needs any kind of support can come through to us. Then we'll just assess the needs that they need, that they have, and we can support through there. We're quite a small team. We've got 2 information advice and guidance officers who will work with any clients that come through, and it's just an ongoing conversation that we have with people, so we will help them and direct them and signpost them to probably quite a lot of your organisations that are here as well. So if there's any questions, please do let me know, and I can put all the information in the chat as well. And Chloe, I'd be very interested to come along to your event at Summer Valley, so give me your, I'll put my email in so you can send me the details. Anybody got any questions?
Thanks, Rachel. Just, I guess you say is it a service that's available to absolutely everybody who's looking for work? Because so anyone can kind of come along and you say self-refer into it. Yep.
Self-refer. It's a free service because we're funded by Skills Connect through WECA as well, and you know, if people come through to us and we feel that they're best placed with somebody else, then we can help them access that support as well. But yeah, anybody over the age of 18.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, I've got Donna O'Brien. Hello, Donna.
Hello. Hi, thank you for hosting this event. This is the second time I've attended one of your interagency meetings, Mark, and I've found it really helpful. So so it's nice to meet everybody today and hear everything else that's going on. So I actually run a companionship and practical support service based in Bath called Companions Who Care, and we support primarily elderly people, but also we do have some clients who maybe struggle due to mental health with their day-to-day activities. Maybe we just need a little bit of support. So we bridge a little gap between people who are struggling to be independent but maybe don't need carers coming in. So generally visit maybe once or twice a week. Our visits are for longer period of time, an hour and a half minimum, because it's all about sort of companionship and that side of support as well as practical help. And the practical help, we can do anything from shopping, cooking, gardening, housework, taking people out and about, doing errands on their behalf. So really anything apart from personal care. And I'm based in Bath, but actually provide support in Keynsham, South Gloucestershire area, and as far out as Radstock and a little bit of Chew Valley, sort of reaching that area as well. I've got quite a small group. It's me running the business. My background is community nursing, and I've just recently given up my job. I was a community matron in Bath. I've recently given up that job because it was quite difficult with the 2 hats, as you'll understand, but it's quite a new business, so I had that transition period. So it's really nice now to take a little bit of breath and be able to concentrate on the service. But it's a really lovely, like I say, really lovely sort of support where people say I don't need carers coming in, and it'll be the same person visiting each time, so they build up a really lovely rapport. And I try and do a little bit of matchmaking, so I go and visit the client and then find out what's important to them, what's obviously geographically we have to think as well, but try and do a little bit of matchmaking so they have a really nice companion visit them. So that's the service that I provide. I actually am on Live Well, and I think it's a brilliant what would you call, not a service, but it's a great platform to be able to share information. And I had actually emailed you, Chloe, to try to attend. It was a bit late in the day to try and attend your event in Keynsham, but I would love to come to the one at, in the Soma area. Is that right, Soma? Yeah.
Yeah, in the Radstock area. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
That would
so
be great. I'll make a note of that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Donna.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Donna, and great to see you back.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring Dave Dixon in next, who's going to speak a bit about the community wellbeing hub. But I was just going to ask you, Donna, do you have links at all with the community wellbeing hub at all? Do you refer clients in?
Yeah, I do refer clients in. I had quite strong links and understanding of those roles anyway within my community nursing role, so it's quite good that I already know where to signpost people. So quite often we'll signpost Age UK, and they also signpost people to us as well, because they have a waiting list, and we work quite well together, which is really great. But yeah, I know the Wellbeing Hub, and the online service now makes life really easy, because you can just go on there and tick social prescriber or Age UK or something. It's really a great resource as well. So yeah, very sort of familiar with that. Help.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great. Good to hear. Before I bring Dave in, I can see Kieran, you've got your hand up. I'll just bring you in, Kieran.
Thank you. Hello, Donna. I'm Kieran Bright. I work at Dorothy House, and I
Hi,
coordinate
Kieran.
thank you. I coordinate the volunteer hold up. Let me start again. Delete that. I coordinate the volunteers who are our companions and befrienders, and I have got quite a few volunteers who are absolutely the most lovely people on the planet. And they've got a lot of time to give. And I wonder if I could meet you, because I can't give them too many patients. I've got some who would say, oh, can I have a patient a day, please? It doesn't work like that. So maybe we could share a little, because I'm struggling to keep them engaged if they're only volunteering with me one day a week.
Yeah, so, no, that would be amazing. I mean, I'm
recruiting. We go through that.
Yeah, no, that'd be fantastic, Kieran. Thank you very much. I'll put my email in the chat, and maybe you can contact me. That'd be wonderful.
Great, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mark.
Excellent, thank you, Kieran. Okay, Dave, I'll just bring you in now then.
Yeah, afternoon, everybody. My name's Dave Dixon. I'm the Community Engagement Manager for Bath and North East Somerset Council, and work with the community engagement team, including Mark and Sarah and Alison. There's 4 of us. For the last 4 years, and it is actually 4 years to the day, looking at the date, we've been at the Community Wellbeing Hub up at Peasdown, which consists of 2 units, Unit 2 and Unit 7, on the office accommodation block there. Interestingly, Unit 7, which is where I am now, was a Dorothy House satellite unit. And obviously, when COVID hit in March 2020, they surrendered the lease, and we took it over with Virgin Care, who are our adult social care providers. The hub's been going for 4 years. Obviously, at the start of COVID, it was very reactive. It was a very unusual relationship, because it was the public sector with the council, the private sector with Virgin Care, our adult social care providers, and the third sector. There were 5 or 6 big third sector partners, and we all got together and we set up the Community Wellbeing Hub to deliver food and do all sorts of different things for the local residents of Bath and North East Somerset. And we've been here ever since. We've gone from sort of 6 partners. We've now got 27 partners in total signed up into the Community Wellbeing Hub, and that will be Dorothy House is one of them, Age UK, Curo, Citizens Advice Bureau, Bath Mind, Carers Centre. There's a whole bunch of them. Out of the 27 partners, 24 of them are actually commissioned by us as a council, so they do receive money from us in order to provide services. And what the Community Wellbeing Hub tries to do is try to make best use of their skills and knowledge collectively to be able to deliver more for the same amount of money, because obviously with our aging demographic, our demand profile is going up. So out of the 27 in total, 24 commissioned by us, 24 of them are actual third sector organisations. At the height of the pandemic, back in April, May 2020, the hub took about 600 referrals a month, about 150 a week, 7 days a week. We now take about 400 actually. But of course, the nature of the referrals has changed. So it's gone from being very immediate impact medication, medical supplies, blood samples, food, all that kind of things, for which we had an army of 2,500 volunteers with the volunteer centre to support us. We've now become much more proactive, and it's much more about the preventative agenda. So we get 400 referrals a month, but often those are multiple referrals for individuals. So people will present themselves with a host of different issues that need to be addressed, and they will get referred to the different partners depending on their needs. So sometimes it'll be Age UK, and sometimes it'll be CAB and Age UK, or it might be DHI, or it might be Curo because they're a Curo resident. If they've got financial issues, you know, the CAB sometimes come in to step in, and then other referrals come out as a result of that. I start having some of those conversations with people. A lot of them that we're getting at the moment is from our very close link with the Royal United Hospital. If you walk into the atrium through the main sliding doors, literally on the left-hand side is an enormous community wellbeing hub podlet, which is staffed every day with little information podlers. So there's somebody there, and they're talking to the patients, they're talking to the staff, they're often talking to the very worried relatives of staff and so forth and so on. And a lot of the referrals are coming in via the RUH, and that's basically one of the big spokes of our particular hub. And the idea again about the hub and spoke model is to use the organisations and what they do on the ground to best advantage for them, but also for us collectively as the hub, and also for the individual clients that they are supporting. So for instance, one of the new partners we brought on was Bemska, which is Pauline Swaby. I think probably everybody knows Pauline. She's often up at the RUH at the atrium there, talking to the individual clients and referring them back in. We do have the professional referral form, and we're updating that at the moment to make it a bit more user friendly and to give people more information about where to submit the information, which partners to submit the information to, so that we can get the best possible result for the individuals concerned. We've got the funding at the moment up until the end of March 2025, and we are working with the council and the Integrated Care Board to put the funding together for 25 onwards, and the business case is almost finished now, in order for us to continue to be up at Peasdown with the two units, because all our HCRG colleagues are over in Unit 2 and we're in Unit 7, and so there's a real close synergy in the way that we work. And I think that's probably everything I want to say at the moment. But apart from, obviously, if you do come across people that you think need to be referred into the hub, then please do that, and please use the referral form, and they will go into the system, and then basically they will be assessed. And if again they're complex cases, we have a weekly multidisciplinary team meeting on a Wednesday afternoon where 20 odd different partners all get together and have discussions about individual people. And often it's about, especially some of the ones with the multiple referrals, is often about where do you start. So, you know, if they've got a variety of different issues, there's usually one that needs to be unpicked first. It may be debt, it may be mental health, it may be drug or alcohol addiction, but one of them is the key to opening the door for the others, and that's what we're basically trying to do in the hub. And that's enough from me, because I've talked for too long. If anybody's got any questions, then please just let me know.
That's great. Thank you, Dave. That's a really useful update. I've got Julie next. Hello, Julie Osborne.
Hi, Mark. Thank you. So I'm from the Alzheimer's Society, and we are one of those commission services that Dave was referring to. We're also a member of the Wellbeing Hub. So our service is to provide dementia advice for anybody in the B&NES area who's affected by dementia. So that might be the person that's got the diagnosis, it might be their family, informal carers. So we provide support for family members as well, because sometimes the person with the diagnosis isn't in a place where they want to engage. The vast majority of our referrals come through from the Rice Clinic, but we also get referrals coming through from the Wellbeing Hub, so via the Rivium system, people can self-refer. We have an email address and a telephone number that anybody can pick up the phone and make a referral themselves. We get some referrals through from GP practices, not many, I have to say. But yeah, so we offer dementia advice service, so that can be support over the telephone, via email, Zoom calls. We'll do home visits, and it's to help people understand better about dementia, about the diagnosis, about how to adapt their lives in order to live as well as they can with a diagnosis, or while they're supporting somebody that has got a diagnosis. We also offer a carer support programme, which is a 4-week, sometimes 5-week course, which is delivered via Zoom, so it's a couple of hours a week. We have a Singing for the Brain group, which operates in Weston twice a month. The team are also more than happy to go out and do talks to organisations, groups, to kind of raise awareness and understanding about dementia and about our services. We often attend events. We were at the Keynsham event that Chloe mentioned earlier, and would be more than happy to come along to the Summer Valley one when that's set up. We've also just recently got a group off the ground, which we call a Dementia Voice group, which is nothing to do with singing, but it's an opportunity for people with lived experience to meet together and share their experiences. And it's a group where we seek people with a dementia diagnosis, we seek their views on particular questions, particular aspects of day-to-day living. So we internally, we have a database of questions and what topics that we're seeking the views from people, and we can take from that database and take a question to the group and ask them for their input on that. But we're also keen that if there are other organisations that are seeking the views of the local population and they want to include the views of people living with dementia, then that is what that group is for. So if anybody is wanting to seek views, then, you know, get in contact with us and we can take that forward. Yeah, so that's what we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Next, I've got Holly Newhook from Rice.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm from the Rice Centre. We're based up at the RUH. I look after the volunteers and engagement. So ideally, I'm just looking for ways to get our name out there, recruiting volunteers, attending any events. I came to the one last week, Chloe, at Keynsham, and it was very good. And we met some of our patients there, which was really nice as well. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm on these calls, is just to meet new people, see what everybody else is doing, if there's anything that I can get involved in and get our volunteers sort of signed up, and any events sort of happening in the local area. We are currently offering Chat Make and Move events and courses for anyone that's been diagnosed and for their carers in various locations. And we've also just launched our Carers Days as well. So there's a programme for that.
Thank you, Holly. I'll bring Kieran back in now, because on the subject of volunteering, I'm sure Kieran's got some further updates to give us. Hello, Kieran.
Hello. So we're doing quite well here at Dorothy House. I've actually stopped recruitment now for companions because I don't have enough patients. Seems really odd, but I don't have enough referrals coming in. I had a point where I had far too many patients and not enough companions. We did a lot of outreach, a lot of advertising. I sat in coffee shops with people, brought them on board. And once they're on board, it takes quite a long time to onboard people. You know, the DBS, that tends to be the thing that slows them down. But also for Dorothy House, it's the online training. There's a lot of online training, and there's no way of getting around that. And once people are on board, we seem to have been very successful in what we've been doing and keeping them engaged. but I don't want to generate new patients. That's a bad thing. But I also want to keep my volunteers engaged. And so we've been, for those patients, those volunteers based in Bath, they've been very kind and be going further out. So they've been going out to Chippenham, and they've been going out to Melksham and places like that. But some of them have said, look, I need more. So which is why I mentioned to Donna that my volunteers might have some capacity. But we also, we run a bereavement help point, a bereavement group at Coombe Down, which is every second week. It's really popular. The engagement is good, is high. The venue is fantastic. They've been really good to us, but parking has become an issue now. We've heard from participants who've they've not been able to come because they couldn't find parking. So we're now looking at new venues, potential new venues moving forward. So I've been out on the road looking at that. So if you happen to have an idea, or you happen to have a space and you'd be happy to have a bereavement group running, that would be lovely. I'd love to hear from you, or even just signpost me to the right place. That'd be really helpful. And those were the only things that were running in my head, really, is we've got a bit of capacity and my bereavement help points. Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. Okay, I've got Karen Simmons next. Hello, Karen.
Hi there. So my name's Karen. I'm from Bath College. So I'm with the adult community learning. So some of the courses that we've got at the moment. So all of our courses are for people that are 19 and over, that are on a low income or on benefits. Okay, so the next courses that we're running, we've got construction swap and admin swap. So ideal for people that are looking to retrain or get into employment. So with that, you get some employability training. We do a bit of work experience and also interviews with local employers as well. So they're really good. We've also got Life Academy running in May, which again is really good for people that maybe lack confidence. So we do sort of topics around like budgeting, employability, sort of anything. We can sort of tailor it really. But again, it's really good to help people, get people out and engaged sort of within the communities. Some of the other courses that we're running, we're doing a food safety and hygiene level 2, and also a level 2 award in nutrition, along with some other computer IT and cookery courses as well. So there's quite a lot on offer. But again, any sort of referrals, if you send them through, then I'm more than happy to speak to people and give out more information. So I'll put my email in the chat.
Thank you, Karen. That's great.
Thank you.
Lovely. Okay. And finally, I've got Sophia.
Hi everybody. Hiya. This is my second time attending. So I'm Sophia. I'm from the West of England Combined Authority, and I'm here just to give a brief overview of what we do and what projects we're funding in the region of West of England. So I'm working under the UK Shared Prosperity Fund and the Mayoral Priority Skills Fund, and they both are partly funded by obviously the UK government's levelling up agenda. And what we've done is we've focused on 4 priority areas the funding needed addressing. So that's supporting residents in work to progress their careers, funding to address local skill needs and priority skills for the region's future economy, reducing economic inactive and long-term unemployment, and supporting young people that are not in employment, education or training, so reducing need. So at the back of that, we have funded 13 projects that cover Bath, North East, Somerset, Bristol and South Gloss, and they all provide support at the back of those priority groups. So we've got projects that are offering modular training to anybody that is a SME employee. We've got a creative project that's going on around filming for young people, and community support and NEET and apprenticeships and in work career progression, which is Future Bright. So I'm here basically just to say, if anybody that wants help linking in with those contacts, do get in contact with me, but I'll share a link to our webpage that has a breakdown of all the 4 priority groups and which projects we're funding under those. And we also use the Skills Connect service. So the Skills Connect is free advertisement for anybody that does, you know, any employability support or any educational training. It's a really good resource to signpost people, especially young people and adults, onto further support. You can also use it as a progression tool, as well as referral toolkit. So if anybody that wants to go on that, do let me know. And most of our projects, well, all of our projects are funded until March 2025, so that's next year. They're all up and running, and if anybody that wants to link in with me with those contacts to provide further support for your participants, or if you're receiving inappropriate referrals that are not quite fit, and they could do with, you know, receiving some economic and active support, you know, do let me know. I'll put my email and a couple of links in the chat group. Is there any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. I think we've been all around the screen. I think we've had everyone speak, which is amazing how much information in such a short period of time we all share with each other. And it's one of the great things about these meetings. One thing that we were hoping to do at this meeting was have a little bit more of a presentation from an organisation. I think I spoke about it last time, and we had Nikki Rice lined up from the Avon and Fire vulnerable adults section, who was going to talk about their work as she did at one of our forums, which was a really interesting presentation. She's hoping to come to one of our future meetings. If there is anything or anyone you'd like to hear from the voluntary sector, please let me know, and we'll see what we can do to get people to come along and talk in a bit more detail at some of our future meetings. I've popped the dates of those meetings in the chat, and I would say that if there's any organisations you feel would benefit from coming along, please let them know. We put these out on our bulletins regularly, so you know, hopefully we will see a good broad range of people come along to future meetings. But I think unless anyone's got anything else to add, we're probably going to wrap up for today. Just having a look around the screen, I can't see any hands or anyone else wanting to speak. So I would just say thank you very much for attending. And as I say, we'll wish you the best for the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mark.
Right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.